Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of Campaign 3 of Speedrunners and Dragons. My name is Adef, and I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Campaign 3 airs live on twitch.tv/Adef every other Monday night at 5 p.m. Eastern, and will feature returning faces, thrilling action, and stunning twists. Have you come to expect anything less from Speedrunners and Dragons? Joining us for Campaign 3 are Kung Fu Fruit Cup, Patty, The Blacktastic, Dangers, and Danny B. Let's get right into the recap tonight, everybody. Last time on Speedrunners and Dragons, our heroes found themselves split. Lexi with Ryan running from the enemy and eventually investigating a Brink appearance at Madison Square Garden. Chance, Rusty, and Paulie inside a video game. And Mamba stuck in the Shadow Realm. Our video game boys ventured through Etrenzia, the land within Sword of the Hero 5 Bladelock. After stealing eggs and jewelry in the fictional village of Brintown, our heroes interacted with NPCs aplenty and found out that Quick, resident sharpshooter and hired gun, had also been sucked into the game. The group agreed to work with him on the pretense that he would no longer work against them once out of the game. This new ragtag group confronted the killer and entered combat with him. Paulie eventually deleted him from all worlds, virtual and real, by pile driving him into the ground at 80 miles an hour. The game faded away, and Quick told our gang that he feared Riley had some kind of secret up his sleeve. It was not long before said secret was revealed within this very same episode. Meeting Lexi and Ryan at Madison Square Garden, our heroes, now all met, entered the stadium to face Riley. Riley left, calling in the so-called G team and giving a man they'd never seen the opportunity to take down our heroes. This Australian guy, who turned out to be a member of the 8, Todd, put up quite a fight with his Brink elastic collision that doubled projectiles' power as they bounce off of surfaces. Our heroes finished him off, and Chance got the weapons of his dreams. After he was finished, Riley's secret was revealed. The so-called G team arrived. The team was the 4 strange Brink users they'd encountered previously, but now headed up by the previously thought to be deceased Gillian. Ryan warned them to get back, but the warnings were all too late as Gillian uttered "Quiet Thief, capital punishment," and killed Ryan near instantaneously, smashing their head wide open. Just after this, Jameson, Will, and a woman we haven't met yet all arrived in what was unfortunately not the nick of time. Jameson went wild, activating a further version of his Brink Hell's agent called Death's Doorman. His scythe doubled in length and glowed red, his scythe now instantly killing anyone whom it pricked. A timer on the hilt began to count down, each life he took adding 5 seconds back. Will and this mysterious woman began to help our heroes escape. Gillian and the G team also began to retreat, evidently Gillian seeing those 3, Will, this woman, and Jameson, and being like, let's get out of here. And Gillian evidently still getting used to his powers, and perhaps fearing Jameson. Before they left, Gillian, from across the stadium, turned his bracelet and uttered something yet again, which our heroes could not hear. And this time, a strange spectral bird flew from him to Paulie, and then back to Gillian. And Gillian called out that he'd like that one. Welcome to episode 6 of Campaign 3, Speedrunners and Dragons. Wowie, can we get some F's in chat for Ryan? Can we get some F's in the chat room for Ryan, please? What a sad outcome. Will our heroes avenge them? I don't know. You'll also notice that we are sans Chance for a little while. Patty will be joining us very shortly. Just had some stuff to take care of. We thought we'd go ahead and get started here to stay a little bit on time. But welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we're excited to be back for another week, another episode. We're into episode 6. We're in the thick of it. We're mid-season now. Not to tell you exactly how long the season is going to be, but if you look at the previous 2 seasons, they were both 12 or 13 episodes. So, I think it's safe to say we're about halfway. Players, how are we feeling?
Feeling good. Who'd that bird land on? Was it Paulie?
It was you, yeah.
Little Lexi's not doing so good, but I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Yeah, it's personally good to be back, but upon hearing this heavy news.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is the first that Bobby's hearing about this. Yeah, so obviously we'll get Mamba back into the thick of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we wanna go ahead and get into this? Feeling ready?
Sure thing.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so this mystery woman and Will are both sort of escorting you out of Madison Square Garden. And I am going to change the music here a little bit. Let's go in here. So these two are escorting you out as Jameson is just tearing through these armed guards. Will sort of leads the charge, and he's like, let's just go back to my office. It's not B Division. They won't think to look there. If they're looking for us, I don't know. Let's go. And, you know, they sort of just take charge. And as you're running out of the building, it begins to rain. A light drizzle turns into a more heavy rain as you're running through the streets of Midtown. And Will, not, you know, he's sort of flustered. He hails a cab because evidently by this point, Facade's doorman has closed. As Riley left, you know, whatever it was Riley was doing in there when he opened Facade's doorman, opened New York 2. He's closed it back up again. And so a taxi arrives in the rain, and it's one of those van taxis, and he just shuffles all of you in. So it's Chance, Paulie, Riley, or pardon me, Chance, Paulie, Lexi, Rusty,
Max.
and Max, LOL, and this woman and Will. So the 7 of you sort of pile in, and Will gives the address for his building, and you're carting down through Lower Manhattan, and you arrive at the building and quickly scurry up. And you were just here. I mean, this is the building that Paulie and Chance and Rusty and Mamba were just at. And Mamba, why don't we jump to you for a second? You've been like in this weird liminal state, in between worlds. When their brink activated, when the killer's brink second brink activated to pull them into the video game, you were sort of stuck in between, and you sort of blacked out. And you're coming to right now, and you find yourself on the floor of that same room, that room in the office building.
That's great. So do I have any sort of like awareness of like what took place, or
No,
was I just in the in between all the time?
As far as you're aware, it could have been 5 minutes. But looking up at a clock, you can see that that's not the case. It's clearly been a few hours.
Oh no, where is everybody?
Yeah, so as you look around, the space is empty. There's nobody to be found.
Do I see anything? Let's see. Proficiency. I'm a good sleuth. Do I sense, not sense, but do I notice anything with the computer? Like I was like right in front of the desk, I think, when I passed out, right?
Yeah, the computer screen has started to smoke. There's like smoke coming out the front of it, and it clearly is obliterated. Like something has happened. It's been destroyed.
Oh.
And it weirdly feels like almost it was destroyed from within, which doesn't really make sense.
Nothing ever does.
That's fair.
Deep.
Let me, I guess, retrace the steps back out the room.
Sure. So as you maneuver back out the room, there's this eerie feeling in the air. And you sort of feel for a second what it felt like last time Facade's doorman closed. You can feel like a wave of brink pass you, and it feels like, and then you start hearing like buzzing of insects that were like not there before within the office. And it feels like maybe New York 2 has just been closed. As you get to the door that leads you out of Positech Solutions was the name of the company, I believe, where the killer worked.
When I feel this pulse of brink energy, can I trace it back to the location? Yeah.
Yeah. You start to feel. Yeah. So your inclination is to go down.
All right. Well, if I'll descend then. And then you can probably use sweep if there's like anything else that might be like out of the ordinary. There were any like surveillance devices or even like escape routes further.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you taking the stairs or the elevator?
Take the stairs.
Okay. On your way down the stairs, you don't see anything really strange. You do notice that all the CCTV cameras are off. Like the building's power has been cut. And you remember that happened to some effect as you were infiltrating the building. And you make it down to the ground floor without problem. And as you open the stairwell, you see Lexi, Paulie, Rusty. Rusty, whose shoulder are you occupying, or are you just on all fours right now?
Paulie's probably.
Word. I'm loving this little duo that's forming, especially because Rusty's almost died a few times now as a result.
Paulie's shoulder is not a safe place to be.
He's a rat. He doesn't learn his lesson.
No. So it's Rusty, Lexi, Paulie, Chance, Will, Max, and some woman with she's got a typewriter out in front of her, attached via like loops, like straps that go around her neck and around her waist. Is very strange looking. She's very she's short, maybe 5'4", and she has blonde hair, and it's pulled back into a ponytail, and she has glasses, big circular rim glasses, very characteristically nerdy librarian type glasses.
Velma character.
Yes, exactly. And she's got this typewriter, and they all run up to you. And
can we retcon that we have asked her who she is in the car?
Yeah, sure. That's very fair. So yeah, we'll say that in the taxi ride, this conversation came up, and we can RP that really quick. Yeah. How do you ask?
Hey, I don't think I've seen you before, and this isn't the best time for me to be trusting new people. Who are you?
Oh, désolé. Sorry. Yeah, kind of crazy time to be meeting new folks. Very fair. My name is Adriana. So she says her name is Adriana. And she says, and she rolls up a sleeve and shows number 1. She says, I'm also a member of the 8. From France, if that wasn't really evident by the accent. And she's trying to bring a levity to the situation, because she didn't know Ryan as well as all of you, obviously. But she's trying to add some dash of happiness into the atmosphere. And it's evident that she's trying to do that. And yeah, she says, I'm a friend of Will's and Jameson. I don't know how you want me to prove that I'm trustworthy, but I promise that I am. Who are your names, please?
I mean, they haven't tried to kill you, and we're in a taxi together, so I think that's pretty much good for me.
That's
Hi,
very
I'm Rusty.
fair. Rusty, nice to meet you. And my tank-topped friend, what is your name?
Paulie.
Paulie, okay. And little girl, small little science girl, what is your name?
Lexi.
Lexi, okay. And I know Will, and we'll say Chance introduced himself in some, I'm sure, suave and very normal way.
Yeah, Lexi's uncharacteristically quiet.
Word. And yeah, the rain is really pouring down as you guys arrive at the building. So Will sort of shepherds you out, pays the cabbie, gives a generous tip, and then is we were never here. And everyone rushes out of the car towards the building, and you all see Mamba. Mamba is rushing out of a stairwell as you enter.
Yo, we thought you got turned into electricity when we got sucked into the computer. Are you all right?
Turned into electricity.
Sucked in a computer. What are you talking about? Wait.
That's
What
not
happened?
how it works, Ollie.
That's not
Yeah.
how what works. You ever got sucked into a computer before?
Did you?
You can tell me
did
the
you
rules of that.
Did you do Tron? You have to tell me.
No Tron.
I mean, you did kind of get troned. That is kind of exactly what happened to you.
There was no
No
cool
light
motorcycles though.
No.
No funny helmets either.
How long has it been? And
It's been 3 months.
Ollie.
Will is like, it's only been a couple of hours.
why do I feel that a lot's taken place since then?
Yeah, the group looks somber, Mamba. Your read on the situation is apt. And Will says, this music isn't quite right. Let's swap up. Will says, why don't we, let's go to my office, Mamba. There's a lot to catch you up on, and also the whole gang, I think.
Yeah.
And at this, Will is like, why is the power to the building cut? Do you happen to know anything about this? You guys?
Did getting sucked into a video game really do that?
And you will remember that the power to the building was cut on your way up when you were infiltrating the building to get to the killer. So evidently, it seems like the killer probably cut the power to the building, seeing that you guys were there. And Will is like, all right, well, let's just let's take the stairs, I guess. And so you head up to the top floor.
How's the security guard doing? Still there?
He's gone. He's been replaced. There's a different security guard. And the security guard looks over, and Will flashes, a badge and says hello. And the guy's like, oh, hey, Will. And then he like squints at you guys, but not long enough before you're in the stairs. Seems like maybe the other security guard gave some info about who it was that gave him a concussion on the marble floor, but that's okay. Or maybe he doesn't remember at all. You'll never know. So you take the stairs up, and you arrive in Will's office, and rain is pelting the walls, or pelting the glass windows that encircle the office complex. And you go into his like executive office where you had the first meeting with him. What would have been last week, but for us in real time was months ago. Yeah, Will sort of sits up against his desk and is like, I'll go make a pot of coffee. Does anybody want anything?
Do you have hot chocolate?
Yes, we do, yeah. Lexi, I could actually use a hand because all our appliances are plugged into the wall. I could use a little jolt, maybe.
Oh, sure. I think I can control that.
And so the two of you walk out. And this woman, Adriana, unbuckles the typewriter and sets it on the desk and then stretches out her shoulders. She's like, it's terrible. I mean, it's part of the whole thing, but it's like, it's cancer on the back, How are you guys doing? Everybody okay? All right, maybe?
I mean, there's been some crazy shit happening lately.
Yeah. Why don't we just take a moment to decompress, and maybe we just sit down in silence and reflect for a little bit. Would anybody like a cigarette?
Wait,
I raised my paw.
Rusty, you cannot have a cigarette. Absolutely not.
I could use one right now.
Yeah, no.
Cut it in half.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's good enough. I'll give you a piece of tobacco, like a little tiny flake.
Okay, I'll take it.
You can nibble on that, maybe.
He does. Just
your whole body feels numb, Rusty. It's like a bizarre feeling.
I just like starfish on the desk. Like.
Yeah, you feel high. Mamba, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, Mama's getting like really anxious because he's incredible. Like he's reading the room. He just needs affirmation, so he's gonna...
Right. So, all I mean, we can, you know, without having to actually fill you in if people don't want to, we can say that one of the characters gives you the 411 on everything that's happened in the last episode that you've missed. So everything that happened, they went inside a video game, they defeated the killer, and then everything that took place at Madison Square Garden with this member of the Eight who turned evil, evidently. They killed this guy, and then this whole situation with Gillian. And sort of a silence befalls the room. Who would like to say that they told this?
I feel like Rusty would be too kind of distraught to recall the events, so he's just gonna be high on the table.
Sure.
Lexi's gone, so I guess that leaves Polly.
Yeah, Chance could do it, but
Who do we trust more, Chance or Polly? To be with?
an impossible decision to make. Excellent.
All right.
So yeah, you get all the info. And
But Polly tells it in a way that makes himself seem like way cooler than maybe he was in every situation.
Word. So the whole story is told, and you sort of sit there and reflect, and we'll cut quickly to Will and Lexi. And Will is fiddling with a coffee machine / like thing to heat up water for it's like one of those boiler electronic steamer things that they use it in Europe.
Electric kettle.
Thank you. Those are the words.
We
And
have
he's like, we just need like a little jolt to this thing.
Okay. So she'll like turn the bracelet, and she's just very nervous, just trying not to overdo it, because she's already, I'm sure, like being out in the rain, I kind of wanted to question, like, she's got heightened emotion. Is that going to do anything weird? Might be okay.
You put a little bit too much in.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's like, oh, that's enough. And you're close to shorting it out, but it charges up to full, and the batteries are all good, and it starts heating the water. And he's like, are you all right?
How do you deal with death?
Jesus
Making the
Christ.
DM work hard here. My God.
Keep in mind, Will is like 25.
Hey, 13-year-old, she needs something.
Will's like, you should ask your mom and dad. No, he's like, wow, yeah, you've been thrust into a couple of tough situations over the last couple of weeks, huh?
Not really what I grew up learning about.
Yeah, look, losing anything or anyone is really difficult. It's tough to lose somebody no matter how close you are with them. Just knowing somebody and knowing that they're gone is hard. It's just a long process of understanding that your time with them was meaningful, and you can reflect on those moments and, reconnect with the people who also knew them well, and just move forward and try to move on in a meaningful way.
Do my best. Good answer, by the way.
Let's go.
May have almost cried.
And Will says, I'll finish up the water. Why don't you go back? I also need to contact Jameson to see if he's alive. So why don't we reconvene in the office in a few moments?
If you need anything else, let me know. I can still do things.
Will
Make
do.
calls, whatever you need.
Sure.
I'll walk off.
Sure.
All weird.
And
Touching walls and stuff.
yeah, just like and he comes in a few moments later with the hot chocolates, and he has a who wants coffee and who wants hot chocolate. He makes like 10 cups of each, and just they're all piping hot, and he just sets them in the center.
Oh,
Patrick's here.
Patty.
Hello. Hello.
You want coffee or
Hello.
hot chocolate?
Do you want coffee or hot chocolate, Chance?
Hell yeah. I knew you'd say that. Oh.
My God, that's a massive mug. Wow. So yeah, you're all sort of sitting down, sipping on your warm drinks, and Will says, Jameson's on his way up, actually. And Jameson enters you all feel him enter the floor that you're on, because there's just this like overwhelming aura that enters your sinuses as he enters, and he walks in. You watch him walk past the glass towards the room that you're in, and he drops off a cloth draped body next to the cubicles, and he is head to toe in blood. And his sleeves are ripped up, his shirt is ripped to tatters, and he opens the door and he's like, Will, do you have any wipes? Or like moist towelettes?
Are
something to...
You okay?
Huh? Yeah, no. What? I'm fine. Everything's fine over here.
I'm thinking maybe we need like a hose or something. Maybe the moist towelettes aren't gonna be enough here.
He doesn't have her sing yet.
Oh
Be
yeah.
able to help.
And Will...
Do you want an apple instead?
Jason's like, yeah.
Only Chance picked up those water bottles.
Oh. It's my only apple, sorry.
Jameson sort of is like all over the place. You surmise he maybe just killed 100 people. Based on what you saw in the 30 seconds before you left. And he's kind of like not a person right now. And he also just carried his friend and protege's body off the scene of the crime and brought it back draped in cloth. And he also maybe walked the whole way here, which is from Madison Square Garden to where you are is like 26 blocks. Maybe he drove. You're not sure. And Will's like, there's a shower in the executive bathroom if that's good. And he's like, yeah. I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. Is that coffee? And Will's like, yeah. And he looks at Adriana and he's like, cigarette. She's like, ree. And they all give him these things and he's just like, cool. And he lights the cigarette. I'll be right back. And he goes to a shower and Will's like, why don't we all just hang out for a little bit? I'm gonna go check on him. Let's reconvene in like 15 minutes.
What?
Oh, also Justin's on the way.
What about the cloth?
Oh, the body. Yeah. Adriana's like, I'll take that somewhere. And
It's really horrifying for her to like.
So yeah, Adriana takes the body elsewhere. And Will and Jameson go off, and maybe about 15 minutes pass, and Justin enters the room, whom you have not seen in over a week. And he looks, it's raining, so he's a little depressed in general. But he has heard the news, and he walks in, he's like, hey guys. He's like, even though it's raining, he's trying to muster like support for himself and others. And he's like, hey, it's good to see you guys.
She's gonna go up and give him a hug. He needs a hug from someone. He's like,
Sure.
I guess, how old is he again? He's like closest in age, I would think.
16?
Yeah.
He's 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And he gives you a hug. And he takes a cup of hot coffee or hot chocolate, pardon me. And he's he explains that he's like, I'm fine, by the way. The doctors fixed me up. I was, I guess, out for a while, but I'm right as rain. And my brink is all back. And everything's good.
The good question is, how old
Not
is Ryan?
everything, but
Ryan was in their mid to late 20s.
Okay, that's
And Justin is like, I think he's 16 or 17. This is within the campaign document somewhere, but it's not that important. Yeah, it's just a nice moment to like see a familiar face that you thought might die, who is alive, and was one of the first people you embarked on this journey with. And obviously, Rusty, it's good to see Justin up and at him.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a little fist bump. But he's like, yeah, sorry, I can't. Obviously, I'm also upset and grieving in my own way, and it's raining, and, you know, it's just everything's whack right now. Kind of.
Must be tough.
Another 10 or 15 minutes pass, and then Jameson comes in, and he's wearing a robe. Like, he's wearing like an executive robe that says WW on it, on the breast. And Jameson sits down, and he's got another cup of coffee and another fully new cigarette. Or he switched to a cigar now. He's back on cigar, evidently from somewhere in the executive suite bathroom.
WW? Is Will's last name Willingsworth by chance?
Is that a question you'd like to ask him?
No, that's a question I'm asking you right now.
That's not information you're privy to.
Okay.
That's a yes.
We found him!
Keen observation.
It was supposed to be a reveal later, David!
Why you have to make Polly so stupid? Because he's too smart.
Will, yeah, sure, we'll do it now. Will sort of sits Jameson down, and Jameson, Jameson's like, thanks, Will. It's just, you know, it's been a weird evening. So I appreciate all the accoutrement and everything. He's like, yeah, well, you know, if my name's not William Williamsworth, you know, it's all about hospitality and, you know, making sure people feel right at home. Yes, he is the Billingston of this campaign. There's always one.
This time, it seems.
You know, they can't all be like that, but there had to be one, and you'll see there are relevant Billingston characteristics that will come. It's supposed to be a later reveal.
He gave us the WW.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah, I was debating in that moment doing that, but, you know, more fun for you to figure it out on your own, I think. Oh yeah, there was an ad playing. Oops. Yeah, so they all sort of sit down, and here comes the lore dump, baby. We didn't have a long one in the first episode, so here we go. First of all, Jameson looks to Will and is like, everybody could use a little healing, perhaps. And Will says, right. So Will turns his bracelet and says, foreign exchange relief package. And as he does this, he goes over to his computer and he turns on like a backup thing for the computer, because he's like an investment, so he's got all these like backup. And he looks at the stock market and checks a currency, and then he's like, yeah, no, we're fine. And then suddenly all of you feel like incredible. You feel fully rested, all your health back, all your brink, everything. And he's like, we are really lucky that the euro is where it is compared to the British pound right now, because you're feeling good. I mean, this is like, that's proper. I mean, it's bad for trades, but good for you.
That costs you real money to do.
No.
Okay.
My brink, foreign exchange, is based on the relevancy of other currencies to the British pound. So the version of my brink you just experienced, relief package, heals people in my immediate vicinity that I choose to heal based upon the comparison of a currency to the British pound. And it just so happened that the euro's in a rough spot right now. So,
Right.
My brink does other stuff too, but, you know. and because of course he has a financial brink. That's the other Billingston
Makes so much sense.
thing. Because what was Killingston's brink? It was the
Money
the thing-
dimension.
Money dimension. Yeah, his net worth. He could control a finite dimension based on how big his net worth was.
There was a part like I really wanted to try and do something to sabotage that sometime in the campaign. It would have been so funny to like burn down one of his buildings if he had one or something and like tank
yeah,
it.
that's
You know what
great.
I mean? There just wasn't an
that-
opportunity, but
Good.
That would have been a good thing to give you an opportunity for. Also, if you were in an ad, by the way, Will's last name is Williamsworth. He's William Williamsworth, and his brink foreign exchange is based on currencies. Jameson looks at all of you and says, right, where to start? Where I've been. I have been trying to contact and meet up with all the remaining members of the 8. I was searching specifically with Will for Adriana and Todd. Evidently, Todd was a lost cause. Riley got to him before I did, and somehow convinced him to change sides. Not really sure how that happened. Todd was always kind of a piece of shit. Yeah, and I found Adriana. Adriana, if you care to explain where you were. She says, yeah, I was in South Africa. I've been for the past few years after what happened. I've been looking after Riley and sort of following the trail because I kind of surmised that this was not all over. And so I was, how you say, sort of spying on him. He was always one step ahead of me, but, you know, I was just gathering relevant info on their whereabouts. So, and I sort of had a hunch that Gillian was back, but not 100%. But now, you know, we know. And Jameson first asks, he says, what happened? I mean, you know, how was Todd? How was Gillian?
He's directing this question at us?
Correct.
Lexi doesn't know anything about Todd.
He's the guy that you fought with the shuriken.
well,
Oh, it was that one. Oh,
Todd
right.
is dead.
That went down hard.
Probably
Yeah,
shit.
It's probably for the best.
And that took his knives. I mean, he's dead now and nothing else happened.
It's reassuring.
Pretty scary.
Yeah. What happened with Gillian?
Do we have any idea how he's even alive? Did anybody see him die the first time?
No. Yes. All right. I'll start from the beginning.
Those aren't the same answer.
We can't. All right. So the 8, right? We were a group of people brought together under our leader, Steven. He collected us using a technique called brink dousing. I mean, I think I told you about this a while ago. But there was this guy, what was his name? Dominic, I think. Dominic Di Battaglia, I think. Is this Italian guy? Our other sort of teacher was this guy, Dominic. The two of them taught us everything about the brink because Steven had foreseen, evidently, that there was going to be some calamitous event on Earth. And he had this whole story about all this stuff that happened somewhere else that we're not really sure is real or not, but beside the point. So we all...
Sorry, did you say somewhere else, like, not Earth?
Yeah. Steven claims that he was in another world for a good chunk of his 20s. And evidently there was some big brink event there.
I feel that, brother.
Yeah. He sort of always talked about it like it was an old war story, and we never really were sure if it was real or not. But we had no reason to really doubt him. And he basically came back and collected us after a few years being back on Earth, I guess, and trained us with Dominic in the way of the brink. And Steven is kind of a fucking badass when it comes to the brink. And he thought that he was training a team to prevent the calamitous event, but evidently he was training part of the team that was going to start the calamitous event. We were in Italy, and Riley and Gillian had evidently been planning something. We trained together for years, and in the last 2 years, they evidently started planning something. They had found some ancient texts in the Di Battaglia clan's sort of old archives about some kind of ancient brink being, and they wanted to... Will, what was it they wanted to do? And Will's like, yeah, they wanted to cool the beast into Earth and steal its power. Because Gillian, well, we should tell them. And Jameson's like, right, Gillian, why he's so frightening. First of all, he was the best of us. I don't think that's up for debate. He's the strongest of us by a lot. I come close, but he always beat us in sparring matches and stuff. His ability is called Quiet Thief. We don't know everything about Quiet Thief. He was always pretty adamant about keeping it kind of secret because he's an asshole. But he sucks. He sucks. His ability allows him to steal Brink abilities from other people. Permanently. Full stop, forever. And those people can no longer use their abilities. There is some series of connections he has to meet to be able to do this, and we do not know what they are, but we know that they are difficult to clear. Like, these aren't just mid-battle conditions. Like, these are difficult conditions to clear. And he just keeps a catalog of all those abilities inside of him forever. And he can use them one at a time whenever he wants. We do not think he can use more than one.
At a time.
Like at a time.
Paulie, you want to try doing some gravity schmavity?
Out of game, I'm loving the implication of how he got that bird.
We got the bird. Oh.
That is very thought-provoking, Mr. Adef.
Yummy. Yeah, but Patrick's like
one of the characters that
in
we
the last
played
campaign,
in the
had
campaign that was
yeah.
Danger's character, but that did not happen on Earth.
Nope, sure didn't.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, what'd you say, Rusty?
Hey, I'm a little concerned for you.
Wait, why?
You had a little run-in with some little bird, didn't you?
Yeah, was that Gillian?
And Jameson's like, Will says, oh, I saw that. That was somebody else's brink that he's taken. I've seen Jameson steal brinks before. That's never been a part of the process.
Okay. Should I still try it?
Gravity schmavity.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
All right, I cast Gravity Schmavity on myself, and I just float above the couch for
It
a
works.
second. It works. Okay. Well, that's a relief. I just got this. I don't want to give it up right now.
But again, we don't know the clear conditions.
Put a whoopee cushion underneath him before he falls back down?
Yeah. Justin laughs.
Paulie dies laughing. That was a good one.
High five.
Lexi almost laughs and she stabs herself.
Will says, to be clear though, we do not know the clear conditions, so we should be a little cautious with Paulie facing Gillian moving forward, I think. We don't know if maybe this is a new condition or what, because brinks develop. Like, for an exchange, Jameson, we should just tell them what all of our abilities are. And Jameson's like, that's a good idea. Jameson's like, yeah, there's no secrets anymore. We are in DEFCON 1000. Like, we are in red alert. This shit is fucked.
Ooh, can I actually you right now? DEFCON 1 is the highest tier.
Please actually me. We're in DEFCON 1 right now.
That's right.
There you go.
We are in high red alert. Like, Gillian being back is the absolute worst possible thing that could happen. Bar none. And Ryan being gone means we've lost a huge asset. I'll start. My ability, first of all, I'm number 6 for what it's worth. my ability is Hell's Agent. I'm able to conjure a scythe at will. And it's just an incredibly powerful brink-infused weapon that's very difficult to wield, and it cannot be held by anyone but me. If anyone else were to try to pick it up, it would disappear. And it's just a powerful brink weapon. However, you saw I have a second ability that I developed over time called Death's Doorman. And Death's Doorman doubles the length of the scythe, thereby making it more difficult to wield, and it starts to glow red, and a digital timer appears on the side. If this timer ever reaches 0, I die. Instantly. But every person I kill, I gain 5 seconds back on the timer.
Has that ever happened?
No, Polly. I'm still alive.
How do you turn off the timer if you're still...
I just cancel the ability.
Okay.
But there is, when I summon it, I can't get rid of it like right away. I have to take at least 1 life before I shelve it. So I do not like to use it unless it's absolutely necessary.
That's intense.
Yeah. And how does he know he dies if it's never happened? It is canon within the Brink rules that people know intrinsically how their own Brinks work in great detail. It is canon that when you awaken to your Brink, you know everything about it.
Good question.
Yes, an excellent question. With an answer, luckily. He says, you know Gillian. Gillian's number 7. You know Quiet Thief, his ability. You know Riley's ability, Facade's Doorman. He's number 8. He's able to create some radius around him, a second layered version of wherever he is, and only Brink sensitive people are pulled in. Adriana's like, yeah, so I'm number 1. My Brink ability is called Assassin Stenographer.
Isn't she French?
Oh shit.
You went British, didn't you?
She says, oui, oh my god.
You caught me. I am from England.
I'm numéro 1. My Brink is called Assassin Stenographer. The ability is when I'm within 50 meters of a target, 1 person at a time. If I type personal details about said person, like on some kind of keyboard, like bullets, they're kind of like Brink bullets appear around that person and strikes them. Any physical keyboard will do, but I like typewriter. I like the way it feels on my fingers, so I carry that around. The more personal the details are, the more close-held the secret is, the more powerful it will be, which is why I've been searching for secrets about Riley this whole time. To try to like accrue enough information that I can, deal with him right away. My sister Dominique is number 2. She's dead. Her ability, I believe you saw, stolen by Gillian, it's called Capital Punishment. I believe that was what was used to kill Ryan. And Gillian's like, that makes sense. That does look like capital punishment. She says, my sister specializes in unarmed strikes with Brink power, and the power of the ability gets stronger the higher up the persons that you're able to hit them. So hitting at the head, i.e. the capital, is the most powerful strike. And hitting at the legs is worthless. It scales exponentially. And it's very exhausting to use. Number 3, Gillian. Number 3 is Todd. You killed him. Elastic collision. You've seen it. Number 4 is Helen. She was American. She's also dead. Also stolen by Gillian. The Brink is called Path of Least Resistance. And this one sucks for him to have and be alive. She could send Brink energy through surfaces, and it would direct her to her goal. It's like literal clairvoyance. So not very cool that he has that and is alive. But he definitely took it from her and killed her.
Goal like a spot, like if he wants to go somewhere.
It's your next objective, as in like the thing you want to accomplish. It will,
You
no
seen
matter.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Polly?
Yeah, I saw that one. I like Jack Sparrow. He's
It's
fun.
the compass.
It's essentially exactly what it is. It's not so much a location as it is like you don't know where it is it's taking you. It's just like whatever it is you want to do, it will take you to the place that will help you most with
Like
that
in
thing.
Xenoblade, when you activate the little guidance line that appears in front of you, and you can just
Just
follow
takes
it.
you where you need to go.
Yeah.
It takes you to the big booby Pokemon. That's Xenoblade, right?
Anime, not Pokemon.
Yeah, but they're like Pokemon though, right? You
They're all
capture them
people.
and then you use them.
So, well, I think that's the second one. You can do that as
Twitter
weapons.
thinks I like Xenoblade. I've never played it and I've never don't know anything about it.
Third
But in
one's
my like Twitter Explorer page, it's just like fan art of the like hot women in Xenoblade, and I'm constantly dismissing it. I'm like, I don't care about this, and it
The like
keeps...
button isn't dismissing it, Clay.
Oh dang it!
Twitter
Sure you know a
really
lot
thinks
about
I
that,
should have a
Patrick.
duck.
Sure, you know a lot about that, big
Probably
guy.
do know a
Jonathan
lot about
looks at
that.
it for too long before he hits the dismiss button, and Twitter's like, I don't know. You really seem to
Is
like
that a
it.
no?
Why
There
is it
really
showing me
is-
this? I wish it wouldn't do that.
Too zen.
Dismiss.
Can't believe I'm being outed like this. It's crazy. And then Jameson's like, Will's last, and Will's like, yeah, we kind of did this out of order, but I'm number 5. My ability, foreign exchange. The primary point of it is I carry around currency, and the physical currency, based on its relation to the British pound in that given moment, I can change its size. So if the currency is much, like if it's 1 British pound is currently 50 euro, if I carry a 1 euro coin, it will 50 in size. And the inverse is true. I can make currency much smaller, though that's not very useful, in my experience. And then the what was it called? His version he just used on you. Relief package, I can heal people via the same effect. And that's it, really. And Jameson says, yeah, so basically what happened is I became privy to this information that Riley and Gillian were up to something because I was constantly snooping because I hate them. And evidently it worked out because I found out they were plotting something. I told Steven. And we had a little, like, civil war, basically. It was the 2 of them against the rest of us. They killed Helen and they killed Dominique. And then Riley got away and, we were sort of fighting him and Steven was fighting Gillian with Helen and Dominique. Helen and Dominique are killed. Steven went like Super Saiyan or something. And we assumed killed Gillian. We assumed. But we never found a body. And none of us were there. But Steven was like, yeah, he's gone. Some amount, like Steven returned Brink energy to Gillian to kill him. And evidently he's not dead. And Steven kind of always surmised he might not be, but Steven's kind of always been a worrywart. So we just kind of passed it off because you don't take in that much Brink energy at once and survive. And you saw him. I mean, he's got scars all over his face and he looks horrible. Thank God. I mean, that's one saving grace is he looks like dog shit.
Steven was apparently in another world, which usually I wouldn't believe, but after this week, anything's possible. Do you think maybe Gillian was sent there instead of dying?
Maybe? I don't know.
Then came back, never found a body.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe that's what Steven meant by he's gone. He just left.
Exactly.
Well, I think Steven initially thought he had killed him. But then over time, Steven was like, maybe not, for some reason. I don't know. And at this moment, Jameson gets a ping on his phone, and it's like 3 in the morning right now, and the rain is sort of lightly pattering now. And he says, speak of the devil, I just got a text from Steven. He wants to meet some of you in like an hour.
Some of us.
Yeah, he says he wants to split. This is strange. I mean, he's always been weird. He says that the whole group can come if they want, but we have to move fast, so if they need to split up and half come here and half stay with you, that's fine. But we can also all go.
Doesn't that sound a little suspicious? You trust this Steven guy?
Literally with my life.
Did he include any more details?
No, that's not really his thing.
Does he know us? Does he know who to split up?
No. He knows of you.
I want to meet him.
Are we gonna be fighting again?
No. Probably not.
Justin,
Well,
what
that
are you
was
gonna
the
do?
confidence I was waiting for. I'm in.
And Adriana says, if anybody wants to stay behind, I know where Riley and maybe Gillian will be tomorrow night, and we could use a plan.
Lexi's like, damn it.
I'm like, I don't want to see. She doesn't want to be anywhere near them, but she's like, good planner.
Why don't we let's take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick 5. I gotta use the restroom and I gotta eat something. So we're gonna take a quick 5. Players be thinking, do you want to all go? Do you want to split? It's fine either way.
Let me ask you like a question or two off
Yeah,
break
sure.
about it or something. Okay.
Sure. And we'll be right back, everybody. Stick around. We're gonna play some ads. 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Shove it all in there. Just shove it all in there real quick.
No.
All right, we'll talk instead. What's up?
No.
Hi, welcome back to Speedrunners and Dragons.
Welcome back to Speedrunners and Dragons. Hope you all are enjoying the episode so far. It's been fun, even though everybody's traumatized. And we're getting ready to go on a wild adventure and hang out with Steven.
Yeah.
So if you missed it so far, go back in the VOD and watch. You can always catch up with our other episodes on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/speedrunnersdragons. There's all kinds of great content and other seasons. So when the show is not live, you can go watch or just listen. You're in the car, you just pull it up like a podcast. There's all kinds of things you can do to just have it on. Love having things on in the background while I'm like doing menial tasks around the house. It's great. So it's good, very good content for you to enjoy while you're doing all that.
What a
But long enough?
professional.
Hey, yeah, just calling to let you know that you should
Oh, we got a
subscribe to
caller.
ADEF.
Oh my god.
Once you subscribe, let me know. Just call me back. Thanks.
I didn't
Caller.
even pick up the phone.
Wait, hang
Sorry,
on.
someone really.
Hang on. We got another call coming in. Caller, you're on the line.
Yeah, hi. I'm calling in to let you know to subscribe to ADEF.
It's weird. Where are you from, caller?
Twitch.tv/ADEF.
That's where you're from?
Yeah, that's where I am right now.
What brought you to the station, caller?
Clay. He called me and said, "Hey, idiot, D&D's today," and I was like, "Oh."
All right,
Crap.
well, we're going to hang up on this caller. You are listening to the sweet, smooth jams.
Wait,
of
no, wait. I
Speedrunner-
still...
All right. Hi, everybody.
That was very
No, I was not eating a raw chicken breast, Hawkwing. Jesus Christ. It's a tortilla wrap.
Nothing perks me up like slamming salmonella.
Hell yeah, baby. As somebody that has had salmonella, I can't recommend it. It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Except for doing this show with Patrick, but you know. No, I love my friends.
Hell yeah, I beat out salmonella. Good shit.
Good shit, dude. Anyway, yeah. So, Lexi, you said there was something you wanted to ask before we move on.
Yeah. In regards to the big beast creature or whatever, and trying to bring it into this world, I was
right.
yeah. So I didn't want to interrupt, but that's rude. But I have a bunch of pictures on my phone of a lot of the schematics and plans that we found doing research around different locations. I didn't know if y'all wanted to look. I can also, I've been trying to look into it more. I also have an ability on the side. Now that that gives me an advantage on checks to determine like the function of tech, so that can help with like trying to.
I thought you were
more.
just shoehorning in like an extra ability for your break.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
oh, by the way,
I just got a thing that gives me like 3 different abilities in one. It's just like checks of immense measure.
oh jeez, the
That's
class
something.
sounds complicated.
Yeah, so you're able to you give these images to Will and Jameson and
I show them,
Adriana,
like, is
and
this to bring in this beast? Then
first of
it
all,
makes sense.
you think maybe, Lexi.
Yeah.
That's your perception of the
It's
events.
like putting the pieces together.
And Jameson's like, right, we should probably tell you what the fuck that is. Pardon my French. And Adriana's like, I take offense at that phrase. And Will's like,
C'est pas français.
anyway, yeah, the guys in the thing, object, beast, nobody's ever seen it before. It's called Calegrio. And
I think I had a breakfast cereal called that.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a fiber supplement.
It is it's mostly just legend passed down among ancient brink users. Some extra dimensional brink being capable of subsuming brink energy in like all forms. It's like an insatiable being. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's real, but a lot of shit is crazy these days. And Riley and Gillian evidently had found some texts about it, some ancient texts, and were trying to summon it. And I brought this up to Steven, and he and Dominic seemed very adamant that it was a problem. So maybe it is real. And that was kind of what sparked us, you know, shutting this shit down. I can spell it. Oh, what's up, Corbin? That is a position to sleep.
So natural.
We love Corbin. I'm a big Corb head. Glad you like that. Yeah, that's what he says. And he says, I don't know, maybe. Dr. Rell said that the machine, before she, you know, went AWOL, she did say the machine was something about moving stuff, teleportation or something. Seems somewhat plausible.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, I should call Dr. Sam and let her know that B Division is not that safe anymore.
Yeah, especially if Dr. Well can be like really teeny tiny, she could probably infiltrate back in there and get a hold of a bunch of things. You all have to like get some of that shit out of there. It's like first time she's like cursing in front of everybody.
Yeah, we need a place to put people. We need a place that has scientific equipment, a vast amount of rooms, lots of space, and the money and resources necessary to keep things secret and people safe.
C Division.
That's a great idea, Paulie.
It would be a real help if we knew someone who could fit that description.
We all just look at
I need to make a quick call.
Chance kind of pulls his coat out and goes, all right, everybody inside.
Like,
Just kidding. Anyone want an apple?
is there a room I could step into to make a phone call real quick?
You can just do it here.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't do the phone filter though. Now I want to really bad.
Oh, do you want me to do it? I can step in.
You don't know the things, so no.
Lyle. She's calling Lyle.
Okay.
Hello, Lexi. This is Lyle. Thank you for calling me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna.
Lyle picks up and nobody can hear this, obviously, except for Lexi. But he says, yes, young master, how are you?
Lyle, I have a big favor to ask, and we're gonna need to make sure that...
Favors my favorite for my young master.
Right, you're being a little much right now. So when...
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You need to pass a message along to my father, letting him know that...
patch you in!
I lean over to Mamba. Chance leans into Mamba's ear and goes, I think she's talking to a house elf.
How do you figure?
I don't know, it just sounds like it.
Wait, am I just being transferred directly?
Yeah, yes, Lexi, hi. What's up?
Father, I have, based on what we spoke about last time, it looks like we're gonna need to use a research division for some safekeeping. Just need to get your approval on that.
That's fine. Is Jameson there?
Yes. Would you like to speak with him?
Yeah, could you put him on the phone, please?
Sure. Thank you, Father.
Yeah, anything for my
Love
little
you, Dad.
sweet pumpkin.
Doesn't say that often. Like,
Let me get. I can't hear the response.
Like really needs some support, so she's like, "I love you."
He's like, I love you too.
Like, wow, because they don't usually share that kind of.
I fucking hate you, you piece of shit. No. You pass the phone off, and Jameson picks up the phone, and you obviously can't hear this conversation, so you're just hearing a one-sided telephone call here. Jameson's like, yeah, hey. Yeah, we haven't seen each other since the... Yep, sorry. No, sir. No. I would never, sir. Yes. Nope, she's fine, sir. Yes. No. Why would I... I'm not gonna steal any... We are not... Just because we're Yes. All right, thank you. We'll be there in 30 minutes. Okay, bye.
If Chance had dog ears, they would be up.
So, yeah, I assume a location was given. I'm gonna take the phone back, and Lexi will then alert like her location and cars come.
And Justin's been in the corner this whole time, and as the rain has been slowly letting up, his mood has been slightly rising. And for the first time, he leans in. He's like, "Who was that?"
Who?
On the phone.
Oh.
You said dad. You said love you, dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Justin, you've been out for a while, haven't
I
you?
think it was probably her dad.
I
Polly.
hope so.
It sounds like it was her dad. I'm with Polly.
Yeah, but first of all, none of you guys know Lexi's deal.
Don't even know my last name. Yeah.
Yeah. Justin's like, who are you?
So. Hi, I'm Alexandra Hargrove.
First of all of you immediately, maybe not Polly, I don't know.
He's probably, I mean, if he deals with running, the restaurant, they get like fucking light bulbs or anything
Yeah,
else.
so
Probably seen it in the store, you'd see it in the
Hargrove
store.
Electronics is like the GE of this universe. They supply light bulbs, washers, dishwashers, fridges, like every appliance and electronic thing. And
we have like a large special research division as well.
Yeah, and Infernitech, that's Jameson's company that Will is on the board of, that B Division is a child of, is a direct competitor. But B Division is obviously like this agreed upon thing that exists. But yes, you all are like, not the, like in your mind, you're like, could that?
Like, we'll be moving over to one of our buildings for safekeeping. So, maybe we need I don't know if we'll need NDA signed. I don't know when we get there.
Like the Hargrove? Like the big Hargrove?
So, like,
Yeah.
your dad made my oven.
Yes.
How did he make so many of those?
We use manufacturing plants.
A plant made my oven?
It's machines, Polly. Machines make more machines, and people run the machines. Like me, I made Max. I built him, you know, and then he can do things.
That yes and was such low-hanging fruit, and I was desperate for you to eat it.
Yes, I was as well.
Desperate for you to eat it, and I'm so glad you did.
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Exactly. My brother in Christ, you are the shrimp that fried this rice. Oh my god.
Oh man.
He hasn't been like taught how to interact with.
Yeah, so this is you're all like, wow, there's more money in this girl's bank account than all of you combined. It's a yeah. And also,
So
like,
we're
she's
going-
like, her family's like mildly famous, but they've kept the children like out of the public eye as much as possible.
Yeah, we're being
So-
trained and we're being educated too.
So Lexi, we're going to one of your family's buildings.
Yes, and here's the thing, Chance. If you steal anything of value, I will know about it. So,
Define value.
yeah, once we step into the actual research division, it's hands off. I can't stop you in a lobby. I mean, I could, but I know you better than that.
Machines.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't dream of stealing from your family. I mean,
Sure.
they're family, right? They're family. All right, let's go. What are we waiting for? Let's head out.
And so Jameson calls Dr. Sam and it like explains that they're moving. And Dr. Sam's like, I can't leave my work. And Jameson's like, no, the work is going.
Yeah,
The
like
work is moving.
you need
She's
to
like-
pack it up. Get it away from Dr. Rel.
And Adriana and Dr. Sam sort of talk for a little bit. I'm sort of just expediting the process here. And evidently they surmise that Adriana puts together the pieces that the thing that she thinks Riley has been looking for is something needed to finish the machine. And they don't have it. And she's like, okay, Riley has a meeting with a, what did he call himself? Sorry. Riley is meeting with a broker at a high-end gala uptown tomorrow night. I think that they are looking to make a deal to purchase the missing part for the machine. Something they didn't have before.
You want us to try to get in there and buy it instead?
I think we should all get in there and try to buy it instead.
Okay.
Or at the very least stop them. And I would wager Gillian might make an appearance.
You want us to go where that guy is going?
You're not going alone.
Okay.
And Jameson is like, yeah, Adriana's good at sort of espionage type stuff. She'll be with you. And Will and I will be just outside the building.
Well, if anyone's good at espionage stuff, it's me and Mamba, right, Mamba?
Of course. But also, this guy does have everyone's brinks, right?
He has a lot of brinks.
Like, he's literally Mega Man. Like, he can cycle through, he can use them.
Yes. There have to be limits, though. With every brink, there are advantages and disadvantages.
Can I
And-
call him Siler?
Do we need to have Steven meet us at Hargrove, by the way?
No, you should go where he is. Asking him to do things is like always a two-step process.
So where are we going first?
The Empire State Building.
Before we go to Hargrove, I need to reroute them then.
No, we're all gonna go. You're going alone. Steven wants to talk to you guys alone.
When you all are going to Hargrove.
Yeah, we're getting the move started.
Oh, okay, Jameson, I'm sure you can handle it. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah. Okay.
Chance actually laughs. Like that was my character laughing. Get wrecked, kid. Ah.
So he says, we'll meet up at Hargrove after your meeting with Steven, and Adriana and you five will lead the team. And I mean, you guys seem to have the most amount of covert ops experience in the last week, so we'll, formulate a plan and move from there. Be thinking about it, but why don't you go meet with Steven right now and we'll regroup.
Roger.
We're off to meet with Steven.
The wonderful Steven of
Brink.
Steven. Does he have a last name? Hang on.
Stevensworth.
Was it Wilson? Stevensworth. Stevenage. Let me go into the campaign 2 document.
My
Campaign
name is
2.
Stevingsworth.
Oh boy. Steven. Nope, not in that document. The campaign. Here we go. Steven Wilson. I was right. Okay, Steven Wilson.
Well said.
Okay. So you get a chartered van from B Division that takes you to Midtown, to the Empire State Building, and
On the way
Also-
there, I asked Adriana,
yeah.
so are you number one because you're like the best, the coolest, or like the tallest? What's going on?
I was the first recruited. It's nothing to do with ability or anything. It was just the order in which we were found,
God.
which is just kind of random happenstance. My sister and I were first, so I was 1, she was 2.
But are you the coolest or the most powerful or the tallest?
Between you and me, all of the above.
That's good to know.
Except for the tall thing. That's pretty demonstrably false. And they drop you guys off at the Empire State Building, and then they keep going north to B Division. I'm gonna pull up an oldie but a goodie real quick. Feels right. Feels correct.
Fibonacci sequence puzzle.
No, hey, a Grum classic. No, we're going
That's
into the
the callback.
Skyrim atmospheres.
Ah.
Oh,
I haven't even been listening along.
Oh yeah, I forgot to invite you guys to it.
I'm so captivated by your DMing that I just didn't even need music until this moment.
That's what I did most of season 2.
I apologize if this episode is kind of boring so far. I just sent the invite in Discord. Sorry, guys.
Not everything has to be hammers beating heads in.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm enjoying the lore.
The lore. The Lorax.
Can't wait for Jeremy Soule to be my #1 listened to artist again this year. You listen to Jeremy Soule for 500 hours. Oh, okay.
Mine is just Persona stuff after this campaign.
Not bad. That's not bad.
No. So you arrive at the Empire State Building, and the doorman at the front lets you in. It's after hours. It's like 4 a.m. right now.
Can I have Lexi ordered some stuff to be delivered to the research division?
Yeah. What do you want?
Like the super soaker
Yes, you may have a
and
super
some other
soaker.
like chemicals and a couple things.
Sure.
Tell him to bring a pizza.
Just salt.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's ordered.
Phone batteries.
Yeah, everything that all conceivable things that could be bought on
Most of
Amazon
the
or
things we
like
talked about. Yeah.
like chemical websites you can buy.
Can you just order Amazon? Just click the all button.
Kitten.
Kitty. She's here.
Oh, she meowed.
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
The fluff ball.
So yeah, the doorman at the Empire State, like the front of the Empire State Building, lets you in without any words. Sees you guys and lets you in. And then ushers you to the elevator and tells you to go to the observation deck.
When I walk by him, can I try and take something out of his pocket?
Yeah, of course. Let's get a die roll in this episode.
Sure.
Oh, right.
Sure.
And have
What would you like?
What?
Like what on him he has that you
Well,
can
obviously
see?
I'm gonna go for the wallet.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. What's your technique here? How are you lifting this off him?
I didn't even roll the die, dude.
No, I know, but you gotta attempt something.
The classic
The bump.
accidentally trip bump in with my
Yeah.
shoulder, apologize profusely.
Yeah, classic. All right, roll sleight of hand.
Bup. Where is my modifier? Oh, that would be 10.
You
It's right in
bump
the
into
middle.
him, and you're able to get your hand into the breast pocket where you assume it is, and you pull out a card of some kind, and you're able to palm it and walk away.
Okay. Can I look at it?
Yeah, it's a Domino's Pizza 10 for 1 card where you have to like get 10 larges in order to qualify for one.
How many
free
punches?
large.
How many
How many
punches?
punches does it have?
9 punches. It has
Out of
9.
10?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Lexi, we need to order that pizza.
You can
Okay.
order pizza if you want.
I want to. I want that last punch.
You want it there when we get back?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Missy
I'm
money
not-
bags over here.
I know.
I'll put it on the company card.
I didn't want to talk about it before.
Yeah, what are you ordering, Patrick? What's Chance's pizza order?
I feel like Chance is a bit eccentric. He likes getting anchovy pizza from national chains.
That
That
is
is an eccentric
bewildering
choice.
decision.
Yep.
That's it, just anchovies?
Yep. Just anchovies.
Disgusting.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
None pizza with left anchovies.
My friend did that to another person because he loves to do that.
None
Good.
pizza with left beef.
Yes.
Excellent.
Also ordered from like a Denny's just like a bunch of like syrup and like a bunch of pieces of toast, like plain toast and stuff, because it pisses our friend off so much. It makes him really happy to do that.
To be clear, Chance, you're not asking anybody else if they want pizza?
That's correct.
Okay, good.
I
Unless
have
she's going
stolen
to
this
do that
card.
after.
So
Anybody else want anything?
I'm also just used to no one wanting any pizza because I get anchovy pizza from Domino's. So
Right. Anybody? Pizza?
Just to search Domino's. She's like never had Domino's in her life.
If I want pizza, I'll get Daddy Lasagna to make it for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Don of South Manhattan.
The Don Lasagna.
Don Lasagna. Sorry, did you
Yeah.
clear this with my father?
Respond.
Mamba, you want any pizza?
3 cheese.
All right,
Okay.
so we're getting a large anchovy pizza and a
Lexi
large
just doesn't even know what
cheese.
3 cheese
I know
means.
she's like scrolling through the site now. She's like, okay,
There's
at
only
least you
one
can
cheese pizza. I don't
navigating
understand.
the internet. Just
She
figure it
orders
out.
3 cheese pizzas.
Okay, a lot.
Excellent. So you guys get in the elevator and it's already, the button is pressed for you. It takes you up to the observation deck.
Find like a very small pizza herself. Will be your first time.
Oh my god.
God.
You
Well.
the doors open, and I don't know if any of you have been to the Empire State Building before, but there's like an inner version of the observation deck first, and then you like exit the double doors, and it goes out to like the outer perimeter with like the high fence, and the like lookout binoculars and whatever. And could everybody roll perception for me, please, when you get into the inner area? Polly,
21.
Lexi,
14.
Rusty.
22.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
It just must be up in
Chance?
front.
Oh wait, 15.
14.
Mamba.
7.
Mamba, the world is your oyster. You see all, and you are gifted.
Stars in my eyes.
Polly and Rusty both feel a presence above, like up.
Back up to the fence behind me.
So you
Flash
go
on
out.
myself.
You go outside.
Oh, we have not left yet.
No, this perception roll is right when you get off the elevator.
Gotcha.
We got off the elevator at, I'm assuming, the top of the Empire State Building, like
Yeah, in the like inner area.
the touristy sort of go out
exactly.
on. And, okay.
Exactly.
What's the ceiling look like?
There's like scaffold up there, and tile, like ceiling tiles, is very normal. But it feels like maybe it's with your perception roll, you can verify that it's outside.
I think that guy might be out there.
Up there?
Out there, but also
Out
up
there.
there. Yeah. What
Also
you said
up
also.
Out and up.
Out.
Is he King
out.
Kong? Is he King Kong?
Yeah,
What's
I think
going
we
on?
should go out first, and then we should go up. Because I think if we go up first, there's no way to get out.
We can't go up first and then out. That doesn't make sense, Polly.
You're
That's
not
what I
afraid
just
of
said.
heights, are you?
I am agreeing with you.
Why are you? If you're agreeing with me, why are you telling me how it is?
I just wanted to explain what I could tell.
Lexi's
from
gonna start walking.
My incredible brink senses.
I agree, Lexi. Onward and upwards.
As you walk outside, it is now lightly drizzling, but definitely still raining, but it's kind of comfortable almost. It's a little nice. And it's maybe 60 degrees outside. So there's a bit of a nip in the air.
Brisk.
And a little brisk. And you get out to the observation, and as you look up, there's a sort of a silhouette of a figure, because it's not super well lit down here. Definitely not. There is the like pillar of light on the sort of spine thing, the needle coming off the top of the Empire State Building that lights up, and there is a silhouette of a figure sitting there above, and he hops down, very sort of confidently and acrobatically, is able to hop down casually down to the observation deck where you are. And as he turns to face you, what you see is a man in pieces of a suit, but he doesn't have a jacket. So he's wearing very smart pants, a very smart blue pant, with nice dress shoes. And he has a watch on his right wrist and a bracelet on his left wrist. The bracelet, that is to say. And he is wearing a white dress shirt with a tight collar, and the dress shirt is rolled to below shoulder or below elbow line. And he's wearing a thin necktie, a thin black necktie. And he has sort of dirty, messy blonde hair that is down to his shoulders right now. And he has an eye patch stretching around and covering his left eye.
Until the eye patch, you were basically describing a waiter at a 5-star restaurant. I was gonna say it like, so he's a waiter at a 5-star eye patch. Maybe not. Maybe not.
You can see on his left arm where the bracelet is, there's a massive scar running up his arm. And dare I say, he's very handsome.
Handsome boy.
Of course he is.
We remember this time. We knew this was already coming.
And he walks up to you, and he's like 6 feet tall, I think. And he stretches out his hand to Mamba, who's first in line. He says, "Hi, my name's Steven. It's nice to meet you."
Mamba was first. Alexi was first.
You're so short, he didn't even see you.
I'll extend my hand. Mamba, special agent.
Lexi's just standing in the middle, like, "Hey!"
And he leans down and gives you a handshake as well, Lexi.
I approach for a handshake.
He gives you one, and
Can I try
he
and
grabs
take-
he grabs his watch.
Damn it!
As he shakes your hand, he goes, I know all about you, my friend."
And I put my hand on his hand that's covering his watch and go, "Smart man."
And then he
Just
goes
kind
up
of tap it a little, just do like a little pat, like, smart.
Yeah, that's good. He goes up to Paulie and extends his hand.
I shake his hand. And I say, "Could I get a number?"
Excuse me?
Like she's
you
got
want
a
my
number.
It's very
No,
forward.
not your number. I want a number.
20.
All right, thank you.
Can I be 19?
Sure.
I just start laughing and pointing at Polly.
20 is a better number.
Steven and Clay both were confused.
That was first. I got it.
So you're saying you would like to be number 9? Because I'm not giving out numbers anymore. It kind of didn't work out great last time.
I mean, I would be number 9 before you anyways, Polly, so don't worry about it.
I mean, technically, if we were going in order of introduction, Mamba would be 9, Lexi would be 10, etc. But no, I'm not giving out numbers anymore.
All right.
The 8 was kind of a huge mistake, so.
So why are we here exactly?
Right. Really quick. Rusty, I'm really sorry we haven't met before. I like to play things pretty close to the chest.
Understandable.
but he extends his hand to give you, or his finger to give you like a little handshake. You two-hand it.
Yeah.
A two-hander. And Steven has a table for you guys to sit at with an umbrella. And it's got 5 seats, which is cute. There's a whole seat for Rusty. And he sits opposite you guys up against this railing. So you're up against the sort of fence that looks out over the city, and the view tonight is gorgeous. I mean, there's this sort of thing that happens in New York where when it's really late at night, like past 2 a.m., and there's a light misting and some rain. Oh my God, this table is very cute. It's very attractive. It's a very handsome table. When there's like a light mist and rain that pervades New York City, but the clouds are just low enough, the lights of the city are fucking amazing.
Just laughing at how much Fu's laughing at this
Sorry.
stupid fucking table being attractive. Damn.
If you're on
People sit
YouTube
on
and you
you
don't watch the
often?
show live, you're Jesus, Patty. If you never watch the show live, you're missing out on half the experience, which is the chat.
The chat.
Anyway, yeah, it's a nice atmosphere, and it's a nice calming moment after everything that's happened tonight. And Steven says, well, it's really nice to meet you guys. I guess to start, who I am.
Are you an alien?
No, excuse me?
Are you an alien from another world?
I've been to another world, but I wouldn't consider myself an alien insofar as
So you're not
I was
okay. Sorry.
born
Go
on
ahead.
Earth.
I was like super excited about talking
Sure.
to an alien. Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I've been to another planet, yes. Right, so, my name is Steven Wilson. I worked in the financial world when I got out of college. I went to NYU. And one night I was transported to this other place. And it's a long story, but I was in another world called Lyceptia for 5 years or so. And it was there that I awakened to the brink. And it was the brink that sent me there. And evidently I had some purpose to fulfill because there was a group of really close friends of mine that I came to be close with. And together we stopped a large-scale brink event there. And we found out that maybe the brink, what the brink truly is this life force that pervades all things. But certain people, for some reason or another, their spirit is attuned to it, and they're able to either see it or use it or both. And Lyceptia, the Lyceptian Ocean where we were, was a hub of this. The brink had coagulated heavily in this planet, and people had been harvesting it for years through some pretty awful means. And we did what we could, and there was a huge battle, and at the end of the battle, I was sent back here. And I don't know how things turned out there. But I have this feeling in my heart that it's fine. At least I did my part. There was this guy who had to go, and he's definitely gone. Anyway, we got here, and there's this woman that I went to college with. It's my now wife. We married, and we had kids. And then I was very happy for a number of years. And then a brink vision came to me, similar to that came to a friend of mine over in Lyceptia. And basically, I knew something bad was coming to Earth. Something like what happened to Lyceptia was coming here. And I didn't know what it was. I just saw a darkness over New York. And I had heard of a vision like this before, so I decided to act on it post-haste. That's what we did last time, and it worked out well, or at least I hope. And yeah, I assembled the 8. I had this inclination to go to Italy. I wasn't sure why, and I met this guy named Dominic, and he taught me way more about the brink than I ever even knew. And he taught me about brink dousing, and I found the 8. I collected these 8 people who I thought would be my new group of, like, we're gonna save the world. And evidently the evil was coming from within the group, like the call coming from within the house, you know? So it was pretty unepic. And when this happened, you know, I told my wife what was going on, and she understandably thought it was pretty insane. But I told her that this was important to me, and I knew she believed me. And so I haven't seen her in a while because I sent she and my kids off to another country to live separately. The 8 never knew that I had kids or a wife. I'm telling you to establish a point of good trust. Because I just shook all of your hands, and I, after what happened with Killian and Riley, started doing a lot of research into whether or not you could read a person's spirit based on connecting with their brink energy. And I can sense that all 5 of you are good people. So I'm sorry, I may have overstepped a little bit. When I shook your hand, I wasn't just shaking your hand. I apologize.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Maybe.
That would be great for business as well as personal.
Leisure, you on is this trip for business or pleasure?
Both.
And he says so they're in an undisclosed location, and I haven't seen them in 6 years, 7 years. I send money and cards and voice memos, but that only goes so far. But this is more important, and evidently I was right. There was evil afoot. I fought Killian.
Daughter?
Kids. I'm not going to tell you what their genders are or who they are.
I'm sure they miss you.
Yeah, probably.
Jeez,
Like, so you try to make him cry?
She doesn't.
Anyway, yeah,
just twist the knife.
so, yeah, so the 8, I mean, Gillian and Riley rebelled, and I fought Gillian with my brink, and I believed to have destroyed him. I sent his brink energy back to him. That's a small facet of what my brink can do. But something was off about it. Something didn't feel right. When I sent the brink energy back, I felt I destroyed him, but something changed, and I don't know how to explain it. But I just have had this hunch all these years that he's been alive, and evidently he is. So I'm really just meeting with some, you know, you guys to you are important in all of this. And I know that to be true. So this is an opportunity for you to ask me questions.
Why are we important?
When Jameson told me how you met, the 4 of you and then Rusty all meeting in such close timing, and with Justin, there's something meaningful there. Also, I haven't told you everything about the vision. There were 6 lights. And I know it to be you 5 and Justin.
How did you put that together?
I don't know. It's just a feeling I've got. I think... Look, you all remind me of some friends of mine.
What is it? My hair?
You look exactly like some people I met before.
you all remind me of some friends of mine when we were younger. I mean, it's friends I haven't seen in a long time. You're scrappy and you make a lot of stupid decisions, but you're far stronger than you know.
away.
As he's saying this, I'm like inching my hands towards his wristwatch.
He smacks your hand. I think you're gonna have a bigger part to play in this than you even know.
So if we're supposedly these chosen people, then what can you teach us? Because we need more help, apparently.
Well, yeah, I mean, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to be ready, and all people, not just Brink users, have the potential for greatness. Anyone can be faced with great challenges, right? It's the actions you take in these critical moments that define you. It's not your past, it's your now. It just seems that, you know, Brink users have a higher propensity to end up in crazy situations like this. But yes, what can I teach you? I have a gift at the end of our conversation, but we need to finish talking first.
So where did Gillian go all that time? You said he was dead.
I don't know.
Not-
You've seen
could,
him more
like-
recently than I have.
You said you could like douse people with water and you know where they are, right? So what you could figure out where he was.
Brink dowsing is
I caught that.
a fine art, and it's not exactly a science. You sort of are like a master of brink dowsing can search for people needed for a task. You can't really pinpoint the location of somebody that isn't. I don't know how to explain it, but yes, I tried it.
He didn't show up.
No. You've seen him more recently than I have. Is he really back?
I mean, I don't know
He
if it's
killed
Gillian.
someone we met a few days ago.
People who said he was Gillian said he was Gillian, but we never saw him back. You know, we're new to this, so we can't possibly say.
Want a physical description? Because
Yes.
We also saw him use 2 different powers. One
What
of them,
two brinks did he use?
he blew up someone's head after saying capital punishment,
Yeah, that'd be
and then
Dominique.
he sent a bird somewhere and then talked to it, I think.
Oh yeah, a bird landed on me.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
One of you guys do it. I wasn't here for that.
a bird appeared and landed on Polly, but it didn't seem like anything happened to Polly.
It was blue. It was like a ghost or something.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This changes everything.
Something wrong, Steven?
And he starts to cry. And he's like, okay, well, at least I know they were successful. All right,
Ooh.
what the fuck?
Mind elaborating?
Well,
Right,
she's just sitting there like
sorry,
scratching his head like
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. When I was in Lyceptia on the other world, my friends were Brink users too. I taught them how to use it. One of them is this guy, his name is Elion. He's sort of this really handsome
he's just really good looking.
he's this it's weird. It's like French but not French. Doesn't matter.
French Canadian.
Since I don't think they have Canada there.
You just described his brink. You said
French
it
Canadian?
landed. You said it landed on your shoulder, Polly, or your head, or something,
Yeah,
and then it flew back to him.
I think so. I was busy running away.
Did it land on him after it flew from you?
Did I see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was ethereal and blue.
No, it was only one of those colors.
Annie, you're so good at being stupid.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Well, now we know where he was. Okay, that's Elion's brink. It's called foul play. It allows him.
I hate that name. Sorry, go on.
It's called foul play. When the bird lands on someone's shoulder and then comes back to him, he learns intricate details about that person's brink. Without them ever saying anything about it, he learns everything about it. So, Paulie, I'm afraid he knows everything about your brink now.
I mean, that's not great.
No, that's probably one of his clear conditions. That's a really nasty combo. Quiet thief and foul play is disgusting, actually.
Wait, you said clear condition. You mean for him to try to steal it?
Yes. If
You know what else you have-
I've always surmised that knowing intricate details about the brink allows him to steal it because he took Dominique's and Helen's with little trouble, and the only way he could do that is if he already knew their brink abilities. I mean, he had to do other shit, obviously, but that was definitely a part of it.
So wait, does that mean that he killed your friend in wherever you said you were for those years?
Probably.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know that killing them is necessary for the brink to work. He just also happened to kill Helen and Dominique, and those are the only two people I've ever actually seen him steal brinks from in person.
you know anything else about his clear conditions?
No.
Since you seem to know everybody best.
I know he needs to know tons of stuff about the person, and I know he needs to know about their abilities, but that's it.
Did they tell you that Dr. Rell has a brink?
Yes, I heard about that.
Okay, that was surprising, to say the least.
And he's like, so I don't know if Elion is dead or what, but hey, at least I know that they survived the battle after I killed Eurelion, which is good. So maybe that means that they must have succeeded. Which is good. But he's maybe dead, which is bad.
Could you ever go back there? I mean, you got there one time, right?
And not intentionally either direction.
Well, that's not what we should be focusing on at the moment, because we kind of have the big scary man who can kill people and steal people's powers.
What do we
hands.
even do?
Yeah, but
about
I mean,
him?
like, if we could go there, maybe we could ask the dudes. I mean, he was there apparently, so we could ask them. What they know.
I must have sent him there on accident.
We're gonna get an episode where we have to talk to our own characters.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
I must have sent him there when my ability, I don't want to reveal too much, but my ability allows me to, by clearing conditions, I gain more power by harnessing brink energy from them. And I was fighting him in my sort of heightened state and was unable to beat him, so I went with the last straw and I sent the brink energy back to him, which kills almost anyone, the amount I had cleared. And he was obliterated, but evidently I just sent him away, maybe? I mean, he's definitely harmed. Jameson told me he had scars all over his body, so clearly it hurt him.
Yeah, he wasn't fun to look at.
That's good. Dude's an asshole.
So what do we do about him?
I mean, we should attack him all at the same time, I feel like is our best course of action, or try to corner him, or... He's really good.
So Steven, I can turn into pigeons.
Apparently he can like
That's about it.
like sense us.
You gonna help us with that?
That's what I was saying, Rusty. Thank you.
All right, hang on. There's a few more questions I want to ask. And then, yes, I will help you with that, Rusty. Look, the past few years I've been training and developing my own brink even further, and also searching for answers about Gillian, coming up pretty empty-handed. Adriana and I have been looking at this. What else does he need to ask? Hang on, sorry guys. He says, Dr. Sam told me that you had an encounter with somebody with 2 brinks. That's a rarity, even in our line of work. Can you tell me what happened? The killer, right?
Yeah, that guy, he could make zombies, and he could make you video game character.
Feels like an oversimplification, but that's probably enough info given that he's dead.
Sorry, I was not there. I cannot.
No, it's fine.
Literally went in a computer.
I knew of someone once who had 2 brinks, for what it's worth. But both brinks reflected a version of his parents' brink abilities. I mean, his dad could control like the ocean, and his primary ability was then to change water into sand. And then his mother's ability was like to teleport people away from her, and his secondary ability allowed him to teleport people great distances. So it's certainly not unheard of for people to have 2, but it's definitely rare, and I feel like mostly hereditary usually. But these are the only 2 instances I've ever heard of. But Dr. Sam and I, mostly Dr. Sam, has been hypothesizing for years now about an ability, some way to give someone your brink energy or even entire brink abilities, given the right circumstances and conditions are met. We've quite frankly no idea what the conditions are, or, whatever, and that maddens her. And, for me, I mean, it's fine. I don't really care. But
give someone your brink.
Right. My intuition about this is kind of my long-held belief about the brink period, which is that it has a funny way of telling you exactly what it needs that you need to know right when you need to know it, and not a moment sooner. So I think that's worth knowing.
Okay.
Roger.
Anyway, right, my gift. And he rummages in a pack, and he pulls out 5 stones, and they're just like literal like rocks, like pebbles. And he goes, okay, please don't be grossed out. These were fished out of my body. When I was transported from Lyceptia to here, I was in kind of the worst, most epic, I was pretty cool, battle of all time against a guy I was best friends with. And then I killed him, and then I was in an unbelievable battle with like basically his twin, but also it's like still him. Anyway, it was pretty cool, and also sad, and also epic. Anyway, we beat the living shit out of each other for like 5 full minutes. And when I released all my brink energy out to kill my best friend, which again was traumatizing, I was transported back here, but I was still like all bloody. I thought I was dead, but I woke up in a hospital, and evidently I was bloody and whatever. And they had pulled these rocks out of me, and I kept them. And I've done analysis on them, and they are not chemically of this world. They come from Lyceptia, and I think you should have them.
Why?
I've already taken one.
As you grab it, you feel a slight tingle for a second, but you think it might just be your imagination, and you're able to pocket it.
Running away with me.
And he hands them out to the rest of you if you'd like them.
Sure, these aren't like kidney stones or something.
I'm 100% sure. They have latent brink energy in them.
There's energy in them from you.
I think so. I don't think it's from me.
Could this be like a kidney stone of brink energy? Like you had so much brink energy that your body just like made stones?
I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
Lexi takes one and starts looking
It's
in.
definitely a rock.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically it. And Steven says, look, guys, that's it for now. Sleep with the rock in your hand. And just concentrate on it as you fall asleep tomorrow night.
Will we be seeing you again for additional training, guidance?
Rocks.
I'm afraid I don't really have time.
Where are you going?
I'm kind of on Operation Gillian cleanup right now. If I can find him before he does anything else, I'm just going to take him out.
Is there anybody else we can learn from? We need more, I would say. You can't research the stuff online. Believe me, I've tried.
Lexi, just go to sleep with the rock in your hand.
Okay.
Can we get your phone number or something?
I have a burner phone.
Yeah, just in case we ever need anything else from you.
Yeah, sure. It's 911. And he laughs to himself. And he's like, "That was funny." And then he's like, "No, I'm kidding."
Polly's typing it down.
I'm gonna use that later.
What area code is that? 911, huh?
He puts his number into Lexi's phone. And then he's like, "Cool, guys. I hope we don't have to meet in circumstances like this again. I hope we just get to meet as like normal people. Because, you know, it'd be great if things were just normal. But it's been really nice to meet all of you."
God, I feel that. It'd be great if things were just normal.
I don't want things to go back to normal. Being a rat is awful. But it was nice to meet you. I shake his finger.
Yeah, Steven's like, "Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't mean like no Brink energy. I just meant like I don't want to have to worry about like a boogeyman that I created every day."
Yeah, maybe be a little more sensitive to the non-people present right here, okay?
God. And Steven's like, "All right, I'm gonna go." Yeah, you remind me of my old friends a lot. It's just like exiting conversations is always hard and weird. Anyway.
Well, see ya.
Bye. There will be a car waiting for you out front to take you to Lexi's building.
Excellent.
And he departs.
Walking downstairs and Lexi's like, "Does anybody feel like they have less faith in this than ever after that kind of conversation? We're supposed to sleep with a rock. He went to another world.
It is an attractive rock.
We had to meet at the Empire State Building and now we can't even contact him again? I can try. I bet he won't pick up."
You're calling him right now?
Lexi, have you ever played any video games?
I should, just to confirm that he'll pick up. And then our group says that they would trust him with their life. So just something to think about as we head over.
Lexi, have you ever played any video games?
I've watched one or two.
Okay. Think of Steven as the old wise man that gives you the tools and knowledge for you to go on an adventure.
Okay.
He's irrelevant now. He's given us our little rock.
Yes, we do have pebbles to fight somebody who makes your brain explode. So that'll be fun.
I hope you sanitize this thing.
You're a fucking rat.
Says the rat.
Yeah, you're a rat.
That's rat-phobic.
Rodentia-phobic.
I put my finger up like that. I say, "That's rat-phobic." And I just kind of stare at the rock some more.
Is it a boulder to Rusty?
It's like this.
He's gonna
He
have
gave
to
him the
like,
smallest one. It's like it fits in his both hands.
just say it's like he has to cradle like a body pillow at night.
All right. So you arrive back at Hargrove HQ.
Can I nap in
and-
the car with the rock?
Yeah. No. No. You may not. You may not. It is so hard to fall asleep. You just got so rested from Will's ability. Oh my god. You will sleep soon. You will sleep soon. Jump on the Timmy phone.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah. I want to kill myself today. So when you're in basically de facto B division now.
Yeah, yeah. I figure we should like introduce them.
Yeah,
like,
Jameson
kind
kind of sent everybody home, just like the essential personnel
Right.
came. So like, of course, the Pixar chef is there. He's
Good.
obviously there.
Bringing them over. Like let's
He's
just kind of
relevant.
point out
What's in
some
the
places
lobby?
to them and be like, we will set up some beds here and
And
you know, I
Lyle's like,
have my room in the back.
young master, the most decrepit man you've ever seen approaches you.
He's a house elf.
Shooter. He's got to be capable.
He is capable. He's just
Before
old.
before you go much further, it is
Yeah.
vitally important to my character to know what is in the lobby of the building we have entered.
There is a bicycle chained just out front. And there are right inside in the lobby, it's a very clean lobby. But there are like little Oh God. Song scared the shit out of me.
I feel like there hasn't been music for a while, actually.
Yeah, it's just been the atmosphere. Jesus Christ. All right, sorry. Finding new music now. Let's do this. In the lobby of the building, there are these like statues representing electronics. Like there's a spinning like statue with water running down it that represents like a computer or something. Like it has electronics on it. But beneath that, there are a bunch of pamphlets about Hargrove Electronics.
I knew you were going to hit me with the pamphlets. I knew it. I felt in my heart that I was going to just begrudgingly steal a stack of pamphlets because there's nothing else.
I mean, there are hundreds of them.
Yeah, I'll take a stack.
Are you going to look for this? You're not going to try to steal this bicycle?
How would I?
I don't know. You're the one with the magic pocket.
It's a pocket that I'm wearing. It's not like some sort of like extendable sack I can just...
It's an endless dimension.
For everyone to hop in.
Yeah.
It was a joke. Still don't know how living things...
Have you tried putting something large in it yet?
No.
The record.
The record did, like, when you started putting it in the pocket, it just went in.
Yeah, but you said they were like singles.
They were singles, that's true. They were 7-inchers.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. You don't want the bike and you don't want you take the pamphlets. Okay,
I'll take
fine.
the pamphlets.
All right. They say stuff
I guess
like,
we all kind of talk like this a little bit, huh?
They say stuff like,
hey,
do you want to get your kid into science? This summer at Hargrove Electrics, you can get your son a promising job.
It's one of those like talking. You open it up and it starts.
Yeah.
I don't take those. I take the pamphlets next to those, but I do grab one and hand it to Lexi. Kids science camp. Could be fun.
Yes, I could probably run these.
Oh.
Wow.
Could be fun.
So yeah, you get upstairs, Lyle approaches, and everything's been set up already, Lexi. They've already, like, you were gone for an hour. Your father and Lyle took care of it. Like, people are set up. They're
My package has been delivered.
You ordered off Amazon an hour ago, and it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So
New York
no.
City, baby.
So no.
What about the pizza?
The pizza is here. The pizza, you know what? The guy arrives when you're in the lobby. And
yay, improv pizza guy.
And he comes up, he's like, hey, fucking, no, I'm totally kidding. I work at Domino's. What's up, guys? My name's Peter. It's like Parker, because he's a pizza guy.
Except
Pizza
it's Peter
time.
Pizza.
My last name is not Peter Pizza. Okay, that's
Well,
really
it's just
actually...
pizza. Your first name's Peter.
Are you paying for this? I have
Oh, that's me.
I have a large with anchovies, 3 cheese pizzas, and
small pepperoni
that's
or
it.
something.
And a small pepperoni, and that's I got 5 pies here.
Mr.
And he-
Pizza, could you please punch
my
my
name
card?
is Peter.
Mr. Peter
Smith.
Peter.
Peter Smith.
Peter Smith.
Lexi will take them and be like, thank you, they're all paid for.
You want me to hole punch this fucking card for you?
Yes, please, Mr. Peter Smith.
Pulls out a hole punch and he punches the 10th and he goes, do I have to do the? I don't want to do the thing.
You gotta do the thing, man.
the thing.
You gotta do the
Okay,
thing.
fine. You just got your 10th hole punch. You just got a free pizza. Domino's. Domino's. You just got a free pizza. Pow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To give you a show?
Hey, everyone else clap for this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was customary.
Bravo, Mr. Peterson.
She claps, she has no idea.
No. Okay. Here's your receipt, little girl.
Just unfazed by a clapping rat that talked to him.
Well, he can't hear the rat. He just hears.
okay.
He just hears noises.
Okay.
Or can he? He can't. No, he's like, he hands you the receipt and there's a tip line, yeah. And he hands you a pen to sign it, and he's weirded out. He's like, so you're paying for these 3 grown men?
Be like, yeah, don't worry about
Are
it.
you safe?
I'm in the building. This is my building. Fine.
Like you live in an apartment here?
Does the servant come up and save her?
No, Lyle is nowhere to be found.
She's signing it. Writes like a big tip because she feels really bad.
What's a big tip? The pizza, it was like a $60 bill.
Yeah, it's like an extra like $100.
He takes it, he goes, wow! And then he pockets the receipt and he goes, right on! And then he runs out the door and he smacks his face into the glass, and he falls backwards. He's like, fuck! And then he gets up and he opens the door and he unchains the bicycle and gets on and rides away.
Then Lexi looks at whoever's, I guess, Chance near her and is like, are they always like that?
Every single time.
Okay, that's good to know. And so she takes a little pizza. And she's like, I've never had one before. I hope they're good.
You've never had pizza?
This is just not Domino's.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. Lexi hasn't had that. I've had Domino's.
Actually, I'm fine with Domino's.
I like their white sauce. White sauce with bacon.
I think Domino's is the best fast food pizza.
I would argue.
Yeah.
My argument for this is I don't disagree that like Domino's and Pizza Hut are probably better than Little Caesars, but the fact that you can feed, when I was a kid, my mom would feed a family of 5, herself and 4 kids, for like $15. That shit is legendary. And Crazy Bread is genuine crack cocaine. So I don't know. I'm kind of a Little Caesars stan.
A beater.
Oh boy.
What you grew up with? Fair.
But no, I just don't like Papa John's. That's a
hand
lot of
the-
people like Papa John's a lot. I'm not a fan.
I grew up with Papa John's, but now I get Domino's instead. Not that we order pizza very often. I'm gonna hand the 3 pizzas to Mamba. Be like, you got the 3 cheeses?
He's checking them all individually.
Thanks.
No problem.
It's exactly what
happy
Mambo
face.
meant. He meant 3 cheese pizzas.
Yeah, so you get up to B Division and Lyle is there and he's like, young master, we've figured it all out. Justin's here too. He's a guy I met. He's rather handsome and around your age. Not that I'm trying to find you a suitor or anything, but maybe.
I lean over to Chance and I'm like, do you know what language that guy's speaking?
Yes, it's English. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Lyle.
Holly,
Also,
that's
I
just
don't think
old
Father
man.
would approve. Anyway,
Why?
it's not prestigious. You can talk with him about that. We don't have time for that.
That's racist. My God.
This is what you don't know it's the whole cliche of you got to be set up with somebody else from like a big company.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, young master. I made a wrong,
Talk
horrible
about
assumption.
old-fashioned.
I was trying to be with the times. Evidently, I may have overstepped my bounds.
Black
no,
Mamba's
that's not
eyes
what I
are
meant.
just fucking fireballs staring at this old man.
And Lyle looks at Mom and is like, because Justin's not white.
I didn't even remember that. But yeah.
Anyway, I sense I may have made a debacle.
I just very, very gently put both hands around Mamba's shoulders. Just very gently grab him. Just hold him.
And Lyle's like, I'm gonna go feed an animal.
Yeah, you better go.
And he waddles away like this. And
Like, he's trying to be like, he's usually pretty perceptive. I'm not sure. I think he's just had a lot on his plate today. Apologies. I don't know what's going on.
I think that's called dementia.
oh boy. Oh boy. He
No, we run regular tests on him. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Once you hit a certain age.
Oh my God. You see
Pretty
Lyle in the
rigorous around here.
corner, just like Lyle's in the corner, just like scratching the walls.
It's late. usually isn't that much.
I love that Lexi's just trying to explain away this insane behavior.
She's had to deal with it for like her entire life. So she's like, that's wild. What are you talking about?
But then the elevator arrives, ding, and it opens. The elevator door opens, and he's like in the corner, and like here's the elevator door, and he's like, he like presses all the buttons.
We really should have talked about this character before.
No, it's better when we don't. It's better when we don't.
Oh man.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Your character's servant is now an
psychopath.
insane, psycho, potentially racist old codger
Oh my
with dementia.
God. Oh, I would love to see you scuttle across the
I'm not doing that
tape.
yet.
And
Hunter gifted, and I scuttle on the floor. Let's
You're
go.
in here, chat.
The scuttle on the
You
floor
take
in
that
a
back.
bikini.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
That's
I'll be
200
naked.
gifted.
That's for the OnlyFans subscribers.
Yeah.
Only fans get to see this.
Anyway.
OnlyFans.com/SpeedrunnersDragons.
Yeah. It's gonna be on the gold platinum tier. $400 an episode. Speedrunners X Dragons. That's really funny.
We've got 3 spots open for the naked scuttle tier. Damn, that one got him. That one got him good.
Tier 1 is like feet pics. Tier 2 is scuttle naked on the floor like a crab.
Dude, if anyone would like him into you,
What's
Patty?
above that? What's tier 3?
Do we have to yes and to this one? I don't know.
It's the one rule of improv.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
All right. Dr. Sam comes over. He's like,
We're trying to recover.
that's in
Dr.
front of-
Sam comes over and goes, "What the fuck was that? Did that old man just scuttle across the wall?" Anyways,
It's like in horror movies when they describe that someone's possessed by the fact that they can climb on walls. Little do they know,
no, he's
Lexi's-
always done that. He's always been that way.
Lexi's manservant is actually an eldritch horror. All right, not Lexi. Adriana comes over.
Really long time. We don't really understand it.
He comes from another world.
I
We picked him up at a crash site in Nevada.
think he's around like, 74, but he doesn't actually have an age on his birth certificate. His ID is really weird.
Oh my
we don't know.
All I know is he's got 9 hole punches on his Domino's card. So close. Actually, it's Adriana that comes over and she's like, "Okay, you're back. Let's plan this thing." So she pulls you in and she's got a schematic, like a blueprint of where the gala is being held at this place uptown.
While we're talking, Lexi's gonna try the Domino's pizza, and it's so fucking greasy compared to what she's ever eaten
Yeah.
ever in her life that she almost can't get it down. And she's like, "Can I get some water, please?"
Mamba, some of the
anchovies help.
some of the B division guys are looking at the pizza you've got, Mamba. Your 3 pies.
She's gonna hand hers off as well. Be like, let's share. It's better when we share. Can't eat it.
I noticed the B division eyeing it up. I'm just gonna like snatch one from the box and like like drag it along the floor to one of them.
I'm not gross, he says.
My paws are clean. They should clean the floor better.
Floors were clean, and then there's pizza dragged all over it.
Just
Mamba,
greasing it up.
Maddie.
what are you gonna do with these pizzas, Mamba?
These are only cheese.
That's correct.
He's like assuming that people don't want only cheese pizza,
Yeah.
only pepperoni.
Nat 20 on perception on that one there, Mom.
It's just a cheese pizza.
Yeah, can you roll deception, please?
No, one of the so there's like 5 B division personnel that came. There's Dr. Sam and then like 4 research scientists, and they're like, we haven't eaten anything like all day. Like we would love the pizza, please.
I can get other food ordered if you'd like as well.
You can order food? Jameson never. Well, that's not. I guess we have a kitchen, but we don't like the chef. He's really scary.
Yeah, I get food ordered here all the time. I'm usually here whenever I'm not in classes. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that ended up. I'm usually here whenever I'm not.
No, whenever I'm not in class.
Well, that means Mamba can keep the pies if he wants, but it's up to him.
You can.
Let the man
so
answer the
this is where I
damn
come.
question.
You can also order 3 cheese pizzas. But these are
Is
here
that 3
now.
cheese pizzas? Or?
I'll give you 2, so you can have 2 cheese pizzas.
Okay.
I'll have this one.
Okay. They split up the pizza, and they're very happy. They're scarfing it down. And while this is happening,
Offered
Adriana
other
is like,
refreshments and stuff.
sure. Adriana explains who your mark is. She says, okay, so the broker is a South African, he's an arms dealer and a self-proclaimed high-end oddities collector. His name is Kungawo Achebe, and he is a very eccentric man, and he is just, from what I have seen, he's kind of scary.
Are you sure his name's not Miles?
Everybody's.
Miles? Oh, high-end oddities. Haha. Haha, Danny. Haha. Not intentional. Not intentional.
No, I'm pretty sure whoever the butler is that just eldritch horrored his way out of the lobby is actually Miles in disguise.
Miles is actively teleporting between realms. Just for fun.
Just for fun.
It's the same last name as Chinua Achebe, but his name is Kungawo Achebe. If you haven't read Things Fall Apart, though, that is, I mean, you know, it does share the same last name. But I just Googled South African last names, and this was one of them, so.
You're gonna get time while we're there to upgrade Max, because I have points to use for him.
Sure.
Okay, great.
They just want to know, you know, what's the plan? So this guy's basically coming to the gala with bodyguards, and his goal is to, you know, get this transaction done. But you gather probably also he has other business there. And Riley is probably going to be there just for this thing. And the gala is a high-end art auction being held over the course of the evening. And, yeah.
Should we, like, be in disguise or something? He knows what we look like, doesn't he?
Yeah. Riley can't risk something happening at the gala because then he can't close the deal. So I would venture that combat probably won't break out inside the event.
So, but, like, what if we just make something happen so that he can't close the deal? We don't gotta buy it ourselves. We need this thing for us, or we just need to make sure he don't get it?
We would like to get it so that he can never have it.
Do we have an estimate on how much the starting bid is gonna go for?
So this item isn't being bid. This is a private transaction taking place at the event. But the exchange will, sorry, she's in French. The exchange will likely be 20 to 25 million US dollars.
I'll speak with my father about it.
Lexi, that number did not surprise you as much as it should.
I assume this piece is important. Look,
She says B Division and B Division has also been pooling funds. We've been pulling from Infernitech's emergency repository to help with the price.
Okay,
Our goal is to outbid Riley. We're going to amass 30.
Okay. If you need backup, just let us know. We'll have some
If
of
you
our
can
cash
convince your
reserves ready.
father to contribute 10, that would be amazing.
I'll go talk to him.
Also, I have a fully punched Domino's card I can throw in if the need arises.
Well,
Very-
moi j'ai faim. Moi j'ai
very
faim pour le
generous of you.
pizza.
I'm gonna assume that you just said that's a great idea, and I'm glad you're here.
She said, I'm
Pizza.
hungry.
I'm hungry.
For pizza.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. so fucking hungry.
I
My
need
God,
pizza.
I need a pizza that ass. I'm so hungry. Anyway, just cursed content. And she says, "Yeah, sir. What are we thinking? Do we just go in all as high-end art brokers or dealers or something and try to weasel our way through the party and try to get to this guy in private?"
I can do the weaseling part.
Do we trust anyone here aside from me to act like they're... We need to send in one of you all to act like they're actually capable of this transaction, right? Because we need a high amount of eloquence and experience.
I can
Have
be
you know
very
that I
fancy.
have quite the experience getting into places that I should not.
And Chance
Need-
can go in and
need
steal it.
the need
because as soon as
arise.
it goes in his pocket, nobody can get it, apparently.
That's
Very
true.
It's very true.
That's true.
We
I can even
find
talk
it.
like this the whole
and
time
literally
if I
pocket
need
it.
to.
So we could have, so because we have a number of people here who are not as eloquently apt for this kind of transaction, maybe they would be best to try to locate the actual item and pocket it. Because Chance loves stealing things, so why don't we take advantage of that?
I think. Why don't we have Chance and Lexi go, and Chance can be like Lexi's like
Bodyguard.
like bodyguard slash money person, and because Lexi cannot go alone, that's for sure. Would be
Please don't
very
make me
strange. Would be very weird.
Would you be available to come with us?
Yes, I can come with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Could be the
That
three
would-
of us, and then Paulie, Rusty, and Mamba can work on locating the item within the perimeter.
Dude,
Okay,
Rob,
we
you
think
have
it's
any
gonna be
idea what
on
that is?
location somewhere.
The item is something small, and it will likely be in a black briefcase.
Okay, and so this transaction's happening same night on
Yes.
the evening. Okay.
We think that he's bringing the item to the gala to exchange for cash in hand.
Okay, so we need cash raised ASAP.
Like I said, we have 20. We need 10 more.
Okay.
He might have it on his person. He might not. I don't know.
See what we can do. So, time is it at this point? And
What'd you say?
what time is it at this point?
It's like 4:30 or 5, and the sun is starting to come up. And Jameson suggests that everybody get some rest. Jameson recommends that everybody sleep and then wake up in the mid to late afternoon and get ready to go.
It'll be that same evening, upcoming
Yes.
evening. Okay.
And Jameson says that he will he'll get suits and high-end dresses tailored for everybody that can harness brink energy.
I got my rock. I'm ready to
Oh, they
sleep.
can harness brink energy. Should I send in something that I already own?
No.
Eh.
Chance?
What?
What were you saying?
I got my rock. I'm ready to sleep.
What?
I got my rock. I'm ready to
Even
sleep.
gave us some pebbles. Are you sure he's okay?
Am I sure he's okay? No, literally never.
Okay.
But it'll probably be fine.
It's just a pebble. I guess it couldn't hurt. So my father should be awake any minute. I can probably call him and speak with him before we sleep.
Great. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
If it's to keep people from dying or powers being sucked away or just
Right.
mostly keep us from dying, that, you know.
All right. So the lot of you and Justin was there the whole time. Right. I keep forgetting that I have to incorporate him now. It's been like 6 episodes without him, 5 episodes without him. We'll say
Catching
Justin
up
will be
on
on the strike force with Mamba and Paulie and Rusty.
Yeah, because
Um,
he's too young.
And yeah, of course Rusty will get a suit. Are you kidding me?
Oh, because I'm still scared of Justin and his weather controlling powers,
Yeah.
I give him back the crumpled up water bottle that I stole from the first episode.
He's like, "What is this? What's this, man?"
It's the demon water you used to kill all those people when we met you. It was in this. I figured you'd want it back.
Oh, cool. I'll take it.
When he takes it, I back up like 5 feet.
Okay, he puts it in his pocket and walks away a little confused.
Okay.
The Lexi, obviously, you'll go to your room. You'll have a room in any of these buildings, obviously.
I'll work on Max for a little while before sleep, and
Sure. And
he's
for the
getting,
rest of you,
dark vision and sonar. Pretty cool.
let's go.
Cool upgrade.
And for the rest of you, rooms have been prepared for you that are super nice on like the 40th, 50th floor or whatever.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I would like to steal water bottles from the mini fridge.
You are able to pocket as many as you would like.
We'll go with a full dozen.
Okay, you got 12 water bottles now.
Hopefully those come in handy later.
Probably not anymore, but
Well, they might still.
never
You
know.
never
You
know.
really never know. They might.
There
Use
are
them in
That's
tandem with
okay.
Justin.
We got Justin now
That's
too.
inconvenient too, yeah.
So the lot of you go up to your rooms, and
Oh man,
I mean,
I just
what do
played
you do?
Cuphead.
Does Rusty get a whole room to himself?
yeah.
What if you took like a?
What does he even
large,
do with all
baby.
that?
I don't know. What do you guys do as you're getting ready to go to sleep? What's the feel?
Working on Max. And calling calling Dad.
Yeah.
Is there any tape in the room?
You can get scotch tape from one of the research rooms.
Okay, I do that,
Chamomile tea.
and then I lay flat on my back, try to go to sleep with the rock taped to my forehead.
What about the rest of you?
I take my pebble and like, I don't know, maybe it's like a rat's instinct. I'm like gnawing on it and like bashing it on like the metal of the bed to try and like break it open and see if it's got magic in it or something.
It will not budge.
Try as I might.
Mamba.
I ponder my rock, my orb even.
He ponders his orb.
He ponders his orb.
That caught me off guard.
I ponder
and
my
Chance.
rock.
Chance, what's your MO?
Oh, I just have it in my hand.
Sure.
Just go to
I'm gonna
sleep.
look around the room for stuff you can try to take.
I already took
Here's
the
all the
water
water
bottles.
bottles.
Is there more? What more could I possibly take?
There's a
One more.
cup holder with lots of pens and pencils, and there's a complimentary
I
notebook on the
already have
desk.
a cup holder full of pens and pencils. That's your go-to.
Well, because
I've
they're
already
everywhere in
stolen one of
places
them.
that we go. Well, there's a notebook. There's like a sort of hotel type notebook.
All right. To
With,
use
like,
the
half the pages
48
missing.
pens and pencils I now possess. Yeah.
Well, unless you want to Heath Ledger Joker someone, I guess you're gonna write with them.
Yeah. True. I
see a
could do that.
magic
I do
trick?
have the trench coat.
Yeah. Open
Here,
up.
let me put a X2 next to this basket of pens.
So you all drift off to sleep, and with stones in hand, and your dreams begin to become and on head, and your dreams begin to be very, very captivating. And I think instead of doing an episode that's like 4.5 hours, I think we'll just call it here. Because I already combined 2 episodes into this one anyway. So we can extend it out a little bit.
Sure.
So that'll be it for this episode of Speedrunners and Dragons. Will our heroes unlock new Brink potential? What will their abilities be? And what will happen at this gala? Will they infiltrate successfully, or will they be duped?
We're actually asking you because we don't.
Yeah,
we
I
don't
don't
know.
All
We
of
have
this
no
and
idea.
more on the next episode of Speedrunners and Dragons when we return. We'll figure out when that is after this episode is over. But thank you everybody so much for watching. Really appreciate it as always. We'll start with the Blacktastic for plugs.
Hello, I'm the Blacktastic. You can just call me Bobby. I stream full time, Monday through Friday. I don't really have anything special planned. I'm just telling you where I stream. So follow me there. I'll be doing stuff tomorrow.
Word, Patty.
Same except every day because I hate myself. And Patty instead of the Blacktastic. But you should follow both.
Word. Foop.
Hi. I'm working on Xenoblade 3. I finally got Beat Saber working, which I'm so ecstatic about. So my setup actually looks right for it. So Beat Saber,
Nice.
yay. And my TDQ Affix show is in 2 hours.
Word.
I got Mario Galaxy
sorry,
1
go ahead, Fu.
tonight.
Nice.
Which
Galaxy
is
One.
fun. Yeah, Oddme's coming on.
Oh,
602
nice.
boy.
Let's go.
602 boy. Dangers.
Hi, twitch.tv/dangerous. I speedrun Mario games and play other children's video games.
Fall Guys.
That's
The best kind.
Yeah.
Real good
the,
at Fall
the
Guys.
falling of dudes.
Yeah.
That's true. That's it. That's all.
Word. And Danny?
Hi, I'm Danny B. I speedrun Ocarina of Time, working on all dungeons runs. About it. Nothing special going on.
Word.
We're also kind of vibing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing special happened on the ADEF stream either.
Get us off that screen.
I had a Kaizo Ironmon attempt get to the Elite Four last week, which was exciting. I'm fully hooked on the challenge, so there'll be more of that. OT Bingo Tournament still going strong. This is the 4th round of Swiss rounds in the pools stage. This is our final round. I don't know when my match is going to be, but this Friday we will be showcasing 2 matches on Challenger Approaching, which is pretty exciting. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning into Speedrunners and Dragons all the time. This campaign is super involved, so like obviously numbers have been weird because there's so much information you have to know to be in this campaign. But I really appreciate all the comments. There are a lot of people saying that this is their favorite campaign yet, which has been really kind to hear. And I'm very appreciative of that. As always, I know I've said this a million times, but maybe actually this time, keep an eye out for merch in the coming future. Maybe it will. We're churning. We're turning wheels. Wheels are being turned. But yeah, OT Bingo and Kaizo Ironmon from me this week. And that's all for the twitch.tv/adef channel. Join us live sometime if you're on YouTube. And if you're watching on Twitch, please subscribe to the YouTube, youtube.com/speedrunnersdragons. Everybody have an excellent week. We will see you next time.